Hi, beautiful people. You're welcome again to Between the Lines with Yemi, another wonderful edition on the Youth Arise chat line. My name is Yemi Oyebody, and I really want to say a big thank you for always joining us every week, liking our shows, commenting, even sharing with your family and friends. Kudos to you guys. Thank you. On the show today, we'll be discussing something really important. We all can relate with it. And by we, it means that I am not alone on the show. I'm here with someone who is not so new. She's not new at all. She's even one of us here. But on the show today, she's a guest. So I would like that she introduces herself. Over to you, baby.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I am Okolam Oluwafemi Elizabeth.
Like I said, she's not new.
Of
She's
course.
but today she's a guest. So you are a guest.
I'm a guest.
Yeah.
On
On on In Between the Lines with Yemi. Today we'll be talking about body language. Your talk, your energy, are they actually the same? With these days we talk about vibes, like this person is giving this kind of energy, and sometimes some people's talking and energy they give with it relate, and some doesn't correlate. So we'll be talking about those things today. First off, have you ever been in a conversation with someone where they're saying something, but their body language seems to be kind of different?
Well, so many times it happens a lot, especially when you're talking to your, well, I say an acquaintance, somebody that is not your close friend, and you're like, oh, see you, love, I love you, and no, now I want to say I love you, but she's behind you, so like, so that doesn't really express that you guys are actually close.
You actually said acquaintance too. I mean, it's very weird for someone who I
Of
see as
course,
an
no, some
acquaintance.
people like, oh, she's my friend, we are close, but to you, I might be your acquaintance. To me, I might think you're my friend.
Then it means everybody needs to really define what kind of relationship they have.
You're asking about
This
body
thing
language,
you
but it
just
happened to me
talked,
before.
this thing you just talked about. Someone mentioned it on Instagram the other day. Says that I think everyone should define who they are with people. Know who your friends are. Know your so that when you are talking, you don't be expecting too much, and then the body language is different. So quickly, I think we should talk about what body language is. In your opinion, what do you think body language is?
Well, I think body language is actually a non-verbal verbal form of communication. When you use your body or your physical features to communicate. So when I mean your physical features, your part of any part of the body, your eyes, your whole body as the way you gesture, the way you move. So that is what I believe body language is.
How can I use my eyes to communicate? Like this? I don't because when you said
I
eyes,
can wink at you.
oh, winking. Winking means hello.
Yes.
Ah. Hello, the call is plenty. So I think to me, I also would support that the non-verbal, like you're not saying it, it's just the energy that you give in the discussion, the conversation, or communication with someone.
Yes.
Thereabout.
Like body language, when you're using your physical behavior to express yourself, you're using your physical behavior to give out information about something. For instance, maybe you got me a gift now, and I don't really like it. Now you're excited to give me that gift. It's nice.
That's nice. And I am coming with
saying
so much.
something different, but my physical demonstration is saying something different.
Interesting. So I think with the way you have defined it for us, it's actually something that we should take note of. So because I asked someone and she said she really doesn't really even know that there is something called body language.
Yes.
She's not African. Anyway, I think she's African but not Nigerian. So to say
I think body language is a global phenomenon.
But she said she never even cared. Like probably she's just. But I say maybe she's just a plain person or something.
Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
she's unconscious about
Unconscious.
body language, because body language can be conscious and unconscious. So we also even have good body language and
bad.
negative body language.
Before we go there, do you think it's actually important to take note of people's body language?
Yes, because that saying that goes, action speaks louder than words. So because anything you're doing with your body, anything that is non-verbal, you're acting.
Can you give example, like because I don't get, I can say
Yes, I'm acting. Okay, I might be acting or reacting to something, but I might be saying something else. Like I just said, I can say this gift is beautiful, but in my mind, within me, I know it's not. So it's my I might express my displeasure for that gift subconsciously. And maybe you're a sensitive person, you might actually notice that, oh, she doesn't even like it. So that's why I said action speaks louder than what I'm like, oh, this gift, just I'm saying thank you to something I'm actually not even thankful to.
To me as an individual, I'm still going to ask that question again to you. Like, what is the importance? Like, is it important actually? To me, I think it's important to be able to study or to know people's body language to things, because it will help you. I believe it's good to be conscious. It's like a conscious awareness of the other person. I could be chatting with you, but you're not in the mood. But if I'm someone who is not consciously aware of what is happening to you, I just keep talking. And whether you're in the mood or not, I don't even care. But probably you needed to rest, or you're just trying to maintain because we are friends. You don't want to disappoint me. You're just trying to carry on with the discussion. It's very good, in my own opinion, that we are aware of people's body language.
Okay, yeah, that's very important too. So now you giving the signal, it's also important that you actually giving a positive body language, and how people are able to interpret and not misinterpret what you are expressing through your body.
Wow. So it means it is important that even I, who is giving that signal, should give it in a more good way than
in the more conscious way, but in the more conscious way.
Okay, let's do an example. How would you react? let's give an example. How would you react in a scenario where what kind of scenario should we use? Okay, let's use that gift scenario you mentioned. You know, that was abstract in the first place. Now let's use you. Like, I'm presenting you this phone. And you maybe usually you would like an iPhone or something. How would you react? And this is not an iPhone anyway.
Okay, let's face the scenario. I am expectant.
You are expectant, yes.
From you. Maybe you're my dad or you're my...
As a friend even.
As a friend. And you come with this...
Don't abuse my phone. Let's start something.
Not iPhone phone.
Android.
Okay. So, because I'm expecting an iPhone, definitely I will be disappointed. But you know, they say in where we come from, we need to be appreciative. You know, they said, so because of, let's just show that we appreciate. Thank you.
So if I actually handed this phone, that's how you would react?
Yes.
That's terrible. That is not a positive body language at all.
It's neither positive nor negative. Because, okay, you can call it negative anyways. I don't know. For me, I'm letting you know that I take this displeasure in this one. So next time, guess me what I expected. Thank you. Yes.
People in relationship, I pity you then. Or people who are married, because imagine when you had called your wife and tell the person that, I just got you something new, and the person is so expectant, and then you present this gift, and then the person is like,
what is what presenting is what presenting when?
So what is, he said, what is what presenting is, so I mean, the person can just keep the phone until they can present an iPhone anyway. Yes. That is what you think.
Yes.
So let's talk about types of body language then.
Okay, like I said earlier, we have good body language and we have negative body language. Now, so for the good ones, maybe you're smiling. You know, when you smile, okay, you use direct contact. You look at somebody straight to the eye. Maybe when you are talking.
Let me cut you. Eye contact sometimes make people look proud, like you're just looking at them, like you just keep looking at the person.
I'm
like
looking at you now.
Yeah, we're friends, but you know that sometimes when you go to a setting that is not maybe your usual normal lifestyle.
I'm getting it. That's why you need to understand the right kind of body language in the right setting. For instance, if you're in an interview and you know, you need to be confident, you need to know what you're saying, and you are fidgeting and you're just, you know, pacing all around, but you're just trying to calm yourself. You know, it shows you're nervous. So that's why I said that's negative body language, because it's comes with risk. You might have the risk of not getting the job. So that's why I said both negative and positive.
A lady was talking to me. She said that people often tell her that she's always like this, and that it means she's fidgeting or that she's shy. And I asked a question to her. I said, "Are you actually fidgeting at the moment?" She said, "Yes." That they're actually correct. That she's someone who is, for now, very dependent on people, and she's working on herself to be less dependent on people. So I guess people look at our body language to tell who we really are.
Yes,
So the way
yes,
we want to
yes.
present ourselves out there by our looking, yeah, I might have said that looking at people can look like you're being proud, but it is confidence you're building at that moment. But if our body language is speaking our weaknesses out, then we might not.
So that's a negative body
It's
language.
negative. So what? How can I positive? Let's go to positive then. No?
Okay. What else? Let me think of something. Mm.
Gestures.
Okay. For instance, some people they talk with their hands now, like I'm expressing myself and I use my hands. It tells me when I'm expressing myself. That's also positive. What else? What else? What else? Oh,
Facial expressions.
of
I
course, like I
think.
said, your smile, your facial expressions, you shouldn't be looking scared. You should be looking bold. So well, what works for me is my smile, anyways. My smile is
So by
captivating.
the time you get there and you just smile, they're like, "Never mind, you got it."
Yes.
Well, I think from if I can gather information about what we're just discussing now, is that our body language really speaks a lot about who we are. So we need to, if we have negative body language and probably people have been telling us about it, I think it's best that we start to work on it.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yes.
best that we start to work on it. And if we have good body languages, of course, it's good and we can maybe even learn more. Now, I have a question which might happen to be the last question. How can the right body language help us in conveying our messages in important places?
Okay. For instance, now like I said, maybe the interview or you're in a formal setting and you're pacing all around, that you're sending a wrong signal. Now, in the formal setting, there are some things that are expected of you. Maybe for instance, your sitting posture.
Sitting posture. Wow, it's a body language on its own.
Yes, you're just fidgeting around, or maybe you're
Let me see.
standing delivering a speech and you are just you know like if you're scared, it shows all over your appearance. It's sometimes it comes out subconsciously. So you need the right body language in all scenarios or setting, so people don't misinterpret you or get the wrong opinion about you. Might be good for the job, but what you are showing them is the opposite.
Hmm. So it means that even though sometimes we have the certificates, we have everything necessary for the job,
Yes, it
if
has
our
happened to
body,
me before. I remember
I would
during
like
my
an
first masters in Nigeria, my presentation, I was supposed to present on this romantic poets, Coleridge, and I've prepared, I've done so many research and everything. So I just came and, on my laptop on the podium and I just started. I don't know. Okay, okay. I think my laptop just went off. Then that was how everything just went flat. Something I actually knew by heart. It didn't really affected me, and it affected my presentation performance. And I don't know, it affected my results. Then my friend, very wonderful lady, she just came. In fact, the presentation was in English. She just started with Yoruba. The creativity. She was just bouncing and everything. I was like, ooh, like she was really carrying the whole class all together. I was like, oh, okay. The difference, what actually was my problem is lack of confidence, and it actually showed, and I received a lash on it because my results, it showed my results for
sure.
that
Wow.
um, course. So like it's at the end of the day, you just really need to put yourself out there and just maintain the right look, do the right thing. If you need to move around, you can move around the right way. Don't just pace around unconsciously. Like try to let there be moderation when you're doing it.
I remember, I think I can also refer to my defense for my thesis because of my, okay, the topic was an interesting topic anyway. And I loved it so much that I made so many, it was seminar first, because I made so many researches. I wasn't confident yet whether I would do well or not do well, I don't know, but I loved the topic. And on getting there, like I made sure that every part of me was working with the information I already have. So it made me look very bold in my presentation. And that was just seminar, and my supervisor was like, oh, amazing, this and that. Now, the tougher one was the thesis. I was scared, I was worried, I'm not even sure I have the information I needed. But because of that idea that the man has in his head that I'm a bold person, so even while I was almost fumbling, it was still like this. I think he just kept the idea of my boldness, and that was the one working for him, because he still came back. I knew I fidget, I knew I did the wrong thing at some point. He still came back and said, wow, that was amazing. I'm like, that wasn't amazing. He said he believed that I would do well, and I did it. Like, I think it was because of my first impression on him. So it was on him all through, and he believed in me so much. So as much as we don't really care about our body language, what we are discussing here today is very important, because some of us would have wondered why we went for that interview and were not picked, were not called back as promised, that, I thought I said it. But some of us even want to approach lady. And you want to approach somebody, you want to say, I've been looking.
Some people overconfidence. So
Overconfidence.
Yeah, you just walk and you're just sitting like.
Now we now
Or you're
we
smacking, or you're just grinning. There are so many things you do subconsciously with your body. Like you're not conscious of
We
it.
should be
And people are
conscious.
reading these things. So we need to be actually take consciousness of our body
language. It is very good, because we don't know what it is saying out there about us. That person smiles, although it's good to smile, but when it's now like all the time, we don't even know when you are serious.
I have a problem with that.
I have a colleague, a classmate back then in school. She couldn't even represent us for a defense, because they said she smiles too much and she looks unserious. We had to do impromptu reshuffle between ourselves so that somebody can go present, and it's a teamwork. So yeah, it's very it's very good that we are conscious in everything we are doing. We might have actually gone into the professional line more today, but it is actually good that in everything, as a business person, we should, learn the good body language in presenting our product.
Yeah, of course. Or maybe when a customer is just, pricing your products very ridiculous, and you're like, I just giving the customer one bag. Okay, no, it's that price, but you're like, don't get out of it.
So our body language, no matter how much I've said it is non-verbal, it speaks a lot. So please, so that we won't have to, get failures more and more, so that we won't wonder why this thing is not working. Now, maybe we can actually look into our body language. Please let us know your opinion and what you think about the topic for today. If you have any example or any real life example that you've experienced, or someone experienced it and it's body language related, do not forget to share with us.
Body language in relationship.
Body language in relationship. How can we relate that?
Are you approaching, or I want to be approached? Which one?
Okay, I don't know. You pick one.
Okay, well, maybe you are seeing somebody there, and as I used to say, you can just smile or wink.
She's giving us relation. No, it's not relationship. No, meeting someone 101.
Maybe it's a stranger for the first time. I know maybe what a stranger has to conclude about you without you saying anything to the person. So how do you achieve that?
Don't tell me you're asking me the question. It is you that started, it's you that will finish it.
I've said my own. I said you can smile, you can wink,
you can smile, you can even waving like hi. What if the person now looks at you like, oh, and then you start to say, oh, hi to someone else?
That's quite your head.
In all that we do, let's just make sure that our body language is speaking positively, not excessively, but positively, and let us be consciously aware of ourselves in any way amongst friends. If we don't like something someone is doing, I think it's better to be communicated than just giving the wrong information via our gestures and our faces and all of that. Thank you so much for joining us today. We enjoyed ourselves, and we're sure that you also enjoyed yourself as well. Do not forget to share, to send to your friends and family, and to subscribe if you haven't, and to let someone else also subscribe. You can share with them and leave your comments, your likes. It is very important for us. Once again, I celebrate everyone. Please reintroduce your beautiful self to our audience.
I am Okola Oluwafem Elizabeth. I'm actually one of the hosts here at the Chatline, and my show comes up every second Tuesday of the month. So next week, we're expecting something splendid.
You're announcing your show on my show.
My dear.
That is, it's actually true. So you can join us every week. We have wonderful and amazing content for you coming back to back. After today, you have amazing content also
Of course, we are
every
vibing on
other
the
week.
streets next week Tuesday. So
All right. Till next time when I'll be coming again on See Your Faces. My name is Yemi Oyebody, and it's always Between the Lines with Yemi. Bye.